everybody. Welcome back to the second segment of the Cajun Conservative Show. As promised, we have my good friend, Phil Kennedy from Solar America Initiative. Phil, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Cajun Conservative.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Man, you are on all our podcasts this week, man, because this week, we on Tuesday night, we released the episode where you came and you promoted your album. And you also did our devotional. That's all happening this week, man. You hitting BJS Media back and back and back.
Well, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. You get the triple crown of the BJS Media. You're the first person to do that, by the way. I'm just saying.
Well, hey, what is that saying? You're going to keep your friends close and your what?
Closer? Your enemies closer?
No, man, that's right.
But how you doing, Phil? And welcome back to BJS Media.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. I'm like you. I'm on the highway all the time.
I
know you're driving that truck a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in my truck 6 days a week, and then
well, right now with the rain, we kind of slow a little bit, but I'm hoping the rain stops. Yeah. It's crazy, man. So last week I opened the program on the midweek episode saying, "Hey, it's hot." Now it's raining like crazy, and the temperature's down. That's typical Louisiana weather, though.
Welcome to the tropics.
Welcome to the tropics. So, Phil, we're not promoting your album today, but we might talk about that later on. Okay. But today we're talking about America going solar. And you work for a company called Solar America Initiative. Tell us a little bit about that. What do you do, and how does this benefit people if they are interested in getting your services?
What I like about the company's founder is that years ago, 35 years ago he founded Roofs for America Initiative. And the reason he did that is because, like us, down here, Texas, Louisiana, the storms come through, and then you get these fly-by-night companies come in, see your damages, like vultures. They come in, give us half down, and we'll go repair your roof, and then we'll come build your porch and your deck and mow your grass. Then you never see them again. They disappear, and they were taking advantage of people. So he started the Roofs for America Initiative and zero down. He never wanted any money from people's hands. He just said, I don't believe that's a good way to do business. Right. You're going to get your roofs fixed and on. We're going to do it. So he did that successfully for some 30 years. And then about 7 years ago, began the Solar for America Initiative, because he started talking about the solar energy movement that's coming across the nation from California over. Unfortunately, yes, I said California. So, but anyways, and he operates it the same way. So that makes me feel good when I go to see people. I'm not like, we're going to need some money. A lot of these people don't have that kind of money put away. And a home improvement loan, in your bank is somewhere around 3.9% interest. We're trying to do business around 1.9% interest. He always tries to help people, get their house improved, the roof's done, whatever. He'll throw that in with the deal, and it's a good company to work for.
That's good. And now, so on that note, you're just not solar. You'll do roofs. You'll do all that good stuff.
He's been in roofs a long time, but I don't really pitch that part of it. If I see you need help with your roof, I say, how can I help you? I'll get you a quote. I'll do whatever. We can put it in on the deal. But the other thing I love about what we do is I can look people in the eye and say, this is American-made products. We're not allowing the Chinese imports from California to come into our company. Our products are made at Mission Solar right there in Texas, and we're proud of that. Even our inverters, American-made. Even the brackets we put on the roof, American-made.
Yeah, that's what we need today.
Yeah,
we need covering politics and trying to figure out everything that's going on. You see that, a lot of people say, well, how do we get our economy back up? Well, Donald Trump did the best thing. He said, let's make America, and you had Apple, you had a few other companies come over from China. And unfortunately, now we got an administration that everything's hiking everything up, and it's not helping that now. We're going back to relying on China and relying on other foreign nations for oil and everything else.
Yeah, they own baseball teams here. How can you do? Japan has bought some of our baseball. I mean, how can we allow that to happen? But whatever.
Yeah.
My point is, I want to send a thank you out to Entergy for doing me a favor this last month, and I can say that very seriously. They just asked Louisiana customers, even those who did not receive storm damages, to help them pay back $3.2 million worth of storm damages while giving their executive a $4 million raise out of our pocket. And here's what's happening with the solar movement and why I did it for my home. Because in the early part of this year, we began to say, hey, something's going crazy with the fuel prices and the electric price. Let's start turning off lights. Let's start monitoring our air conditioner. Let's start turning the pool on a 12-hour cycle.
The typical American family, that's what we do.
That's our approach. We're going to do what we can
Right.
to help our families. And so the very month after we did that, our bill went from $239. We said we couldn't wait to see that bill. We're hoping it was down. You know, at least $50 or so would have been nice. $419.
Wow, doubled
the next month. So see, that's the power that these power companies, and I'm not just picking on Entergy, they're all the same. It's a power grid that has to exist in our nation. There's never not going to be a power grid in our nation.
Right.
The question is, will you be on them as they raise their prices and pay their employees raises and medical care and vacation time and executive raises? Or will you be generating your own electricity on your home and controlling your payment, which never changes? And that's what got me. I said, I'm going to be in control. They're not doing this to me anymore. And my friend came over and he started setting up my solar package. It's a whole package. We don't just do panels. I don't sell solar panels. I want to set up a system on your home that matches your electrical needs, what you use, the electricity you're already using for the year. I'm going to build that size of a system for your house, and I'm going to cut that bill way down. And that'll never change on you until you pay the system off. That's how it works.
So you're just not selling it to say, hey, I'm selling it. You've done this. You went ahead.
That's how I got my job.
Wow.
When he come to put it on my home, he said, you need this, because he saw my bill, and we've been friends for 8 years. He's actually over the state of Louisiana.
Okay.
And I said, I've got to do this. I said, that's the only option. Because when I got that $439 bill, do you know what I did with that thing? I paid it.
Yeah, you paid it. Okay.
That's
I
it.
thought you did something rational, like
Yeah. No, but I mean, think about it. We had no other option before. Now we have an option. And this, when I was a child, you know my testimony, and you know I grew up 6 years in the mountains of Montana, and I was a country singer in Nashville. And I love the country. I love the mountains. I love the hills. I love the swamps and the good hunting and fishing. And I'm an avid protector of our wildlife. But I've always dreamed of being off grid. It's just been one of my childhood dreams. I can't believe it's coming to be in my lifetime, that it's actually being promoted. Now, if you ever want to ask me, why would the government promote this? See, it's not part of the green energy movement. Let's kill off the fossil fuels. Cause that's foolish. It'll never go away.
Right, it'll never go away.
But they're selling us this big electrical car movement as if they're a green product. How are they a green product? Do you know where the energy comes from in Louisiana, right? Natural gas.
Natural gas, yeah.
You know, maybe coal. It's still not a clean energy.
In fact, just the battery alone in an electric car uses more natural resources than a vehicle does, a regular vehicle.
So my point is unless you have your own electrical system coming directly from the sun to your refrigerator, like a solar system, and you plug your car in there, then guess what? You are green now. You're truly green. If that's not my motive to be green, but if I cannot be this guy who says I love wildlife so much while I'm destroying it, because my goal all of my life is to keep the gas prices. I think a fair price is about $2.50 a gallon.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah.
Now I think someone would want to shoot me for that. A lot of people don't like when I say that, but these people in the oil field need to work.
Right.
If we're paying anything below $2.50 a gallon, you're hurting them.
Right.
So I like to keep the gas price around that to keep us at fair price and keep them in a paycheck.
And on that note, the only one that maybe did that was Trump, that brought it down lower. But the reason he was producing more oil, that's what brought the gas prices down, which gave the oil field more work.
As long as they're working.
But the problem what we're doing now is we're shutting off. Well, Backwards Joe, that's what I like to call our president. Backwards Joe says, hey, we're going to cut production here in the United States. We're going to give it to Saudi Arabia, to Venezuela. We're going to give it to all these people. And what we're going to do is we want you to continue the production without giving you the product to produce.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with this right here, because I hear that every time I hear about solar. I say, man, solar energy is green energy. But the way you're presenting it, it's really helping to pay the bills.
See, Entergy has, and again, I'm just using that because that's the company I happen to be with for my home before I got my solar. They have to exist. Okay. Yeah. We're going to have a meter on our home no matter what. So the meter that I have now is called a net flow meter. And whatever electricity that my solar panel system creates that I'm not using, it goes to Entergy and they purchase it because it flows. It's AC current. It's
Okay.
an alternate. And if it's being generated, it has to go somewhere. So it goes to Entergy. They sell it back out. They push it back out. So I may need some of Entergy at night when I'm sleeping and solar panels aren't working. But that's why I got a backup battery system. It's the the Enphase 10 IQ battery, which is not the old style fan cooled battery. These things can be put right in your closet. They're so cool and last a long time. So I really appreciate the newer technology that's coming out. And my point again is that these grids, whatever company you have at your home, whether it's Clico or Slimco or Dimco, Entergy of New Orleans, they're all different
Branches.
all different energies. And the thing is that they're going to have to exist. Well, what's happening right now, and as we've witnessed, a lot of these places are crashing because they're shoving all these other electric products onto the existing grid. So if the government is offering us this 26% of your purchase price tax incentive back in your pocket, there's a reason for that.
Well, wasn't that Donald Trump that put that into place?
Well,
if I'm not mistaken,
he's trying to save the oil industry in a way that no one else is seeing. By that, if we rescue the existing grid, because they're not going to build another one. They haven't built one since
they haven't built it in years.
1970.
Yeah, they haven't built one in years.
And they're not gonna, because it's cheaper for me to put an energy plant on my home and get the energy here than them to build a new, even a
Right.
solar plant somewhere. They got to get the wires to us somehow. So they're not going to do that, whether they tell you they're gonna or not. A road takes 3 years to build because of the under infrastructure.
Yep.
It's not the tar and the rock and you laying out whatever. It's the infrastructure that they're truly not repairing as they need to, nor at the speed they need to. They're not going to go repair all these grids that are burning up.
Right.
So that's why they're paying us and offering us as a citizen some incentive to go solar. And I have news for us. Unfortunately, America's going solar whether we like it or not.
Well, it's going to get to that point. I agree with you. I don't think they'll ever get away with gasoline.
Right.
Even with vehicles, if possible, gasoline will go away with vehicles. It's probably maybe 20, 30 years, maybe 50 years down the line. It isn't a right now moment like Buddha Cheese. And I'm going to tell you my nicknames. Pete Buttigieg is Buddha Cheese. He's so full of holes. But you got Buddha Cheese, you got Kamala Harris, you got Backwards Joe. They all saying, look, today, we got to transfer now. It's not going to happen now. Even not Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham said it. He said it's possible we will have all electric vehicles.
Okay,
but
let
it's
me
not
ask you
now.
a question.
But I understand what you're coming at, though. If it's going to happen, maybe get it now before prices go up.
Well, that's what is happening. As more people get on solar, they have less customers with Dimco. Their prices are going to begin to raise. The incentives have already dropped. Louisiana already stopped giving back that $3,000 rebate last year. So now we're just at the tax incentives mercy.
Right.
If you don't pay taxes because you're retired, that doesn't help you. They need a rebate. We're pushing for that to be a rebate because really we want to help as many people as we can. My goal right now, the reason I asked you could we do this is because things are changing August 1st. Things are changing.
When the new laws come in.
The bank is increasing their interest rates. The December 31st at midnight, the incentive is dropping from 26% to 22%. Why is that happening? Because people are going solar. These people are getting less and less stress on the grid. And I told my wife, I said, this is the company and this is the year. We're doing it now. I'm not waiting for things to get worse. And they will. They're not getting better.
And the only bad thing about that is, because we talked about the grid, and I even talked about it on here with electric vehicles. You have, let's just say it like that, because you're talking about energy, you're talking about Slimco, you're talking about any electric company in America.
Yes.
They, without adding something to relieve that energy, the grid's gonna fall. If you keep telling people buy electric vehicles, but you don't do something like a solar panel, or you don't do something that could surge your energy, that takes the stress off the grid, guess what? That grid's gonna go ahead and it's gonna die. It's gonna burn up, and then we have more issues. That means we're vulnerable to enemies and domestic violence. Because I'm not for green energy, but I get what you're saying though right here. It helps American people to do this, because one day, what if we all are electric vehicles?
Yeah.
And that what bothers me about electric vehicle and going this green energy route. Windmills don't push it enough, so I don't agree with windmills, whatever.
Because they didn't price in the transportation of the energy to us.
Right.
And that's a very expensive thing, and just running that thing costs so much every day. Having I won't name the companies, but having a home ran on a generator that maybe runs on natural gas. During the last big storm, my friend's power was out 2 weeks. He ran that generator straight for 2 weeks. He had a $700 gas bill that month on his power bill. $700. So it's okay to have that. That's a great backup plan.
And it's for 1 month.
That's
for 1 month. Yeah, you probably don't do that all the time.
And you got to maintenance that thing, and you got to go out. You're not supposed to run them more than 48 hours without changing the oil. I don't know if you read that.
No, I didn't read about
on their
that.
warranty. So you read on the warranty, and you got to run them for 48 hours and change the oil.
I just want to be clear with my audience, because like I said, I have a lot of conservatives, I have a lot of Republicans. Isaac's going green. No, I'm not going green, and you're not promoting taking away fossil fuels.
No.
You're looking for an alternative to help people, because like you said, your electric bill was $400.
I hate to tell you, but the American dollar's green. and we are trying to save the green dollar.
Yeah, we're trying to save the green dollar, right?
Okay, good.
But your bill was $400 some. My wife came up to me the other day. It has doubled since this whole green energy initiative and the Green New Deal came about, and Biden's pushing this. I'm not gonna lie to the audience. Me and my wife even considering this, looking at it and seeing what we can do. And look, it's just not that, because we have on the screen right now, if you're watching on Rumble or YouTube, we have a promotion code, the Cajun Conservative, and you can go check them out and type in that code. It helps us out. It's just not promoting. It's a good idea if you want to bring your bill down, because you told us that last week when you were here. It stays at that price. It don't go up. It don't go down. What you pay,
and you own it.
You own it.
We don't lease the panels. I know there are companies doing that, and some people have to do that. They'll lease you 20 panels for $99. But what that does is it may only cut back 20. It's called an offset. So if you got a $500 bill, I'm just going to use that round number, or let's use $400 bill, and I'm cutting you a 25% system offset. That's only taking away 25% of your electric bill. You're still paying that 75%. I build an 85% system because you use 85% of your electricity during the daylight hours. You use 15% of your electricity at night while you sleep. So I want to build you a system that's going to be pushing credits back. Because if I'm guaranteeing you 85%, it's going to produce more. I won't guarantee you 90 and it only makes 85%. So I'm guaranteeing you that you're going to produce 85% of your needed electricity during those daylight hours, and you're going to start pushing credits over onto DIMCO or whoever. There's only one. I think CLECO actually writes you a check at the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
For those credits. And every company, the credits roll over month to month to month. So my point is that, let's say California, which boo, hiss, and all that, but they are forced. Whatever they build, whatever they sell, whatever they buy, it has to have some kind of solar capability. In Texas, I won't name the towns or the companies, but they've been run out of town. No more solar. Why? The grid has to exist. That's going to happen across the nation. You're going to either be one of the solar customers who got in and was able to get your solar at a fair price, put it on your home, make your own electricity, save your money, control your dollar bill, or you're going to be stuck with what's left over, with the prices that they ask for you. And even the grid companies are coming after solar customers. They're trying to hurt us. But that's okay, because we're going to be in control. At the end of the day, we're going to be in control of what we pay, what we make, what we don't use. You know the thing about those, when I told you my wife and I turned our lights off and turned the AC, and we sitting in there sweating like you and me doing now. We sitting in there and get that bill the next month, because they can do what they want with their prices. But guess what we do? I just want to explain this to you real quick. You got your AC off, you got your lights off during the day. That electricity has to go somewhere. You build up credits. With our company, once we set your system up, once it's installed on your home, we give you 2 months free electricity. You don't pay anything, because we want you to build up a bunch of credits on the electrical system to DIMCO or whoever, CLECO, Entergy, and then you start paying. And that way you kind of get caught up
You get caught up
put
in your bills
a
and
few
you get-
$100 for 2 months in a row way back in your pocket, and it helps people. But we never ask you for money. I'm not coming to people's door. They're not calling me, say, hey, come see me, and me say, okay, well, this is what we're going to need up front. We just don't do it.
Okay. Well, on that note, Phil, go ahead and tell us the name of your company. Tell them where they can get in touch with you. If they can email you, call you, and give the information out to the people on the Cajun Conservative Show.
Okay, I'm working for the Solar America Initiative. We're out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana right now. This is where we are balanced at the capital city and going out across the state right now. We are the top state in the nation for the solar movement because the customers are just falling on. And so you can reach me at pkennedy@celsius.solar. Or is that .com?
It's .com.
Okay,
That's
my other
it.
credit line is .solar.
Okay.
So we're doing pkennedy@celsius.com. That is my, I think that's an Outlook mail. I got 3 mails, so I'm trying to make sure I'm giving you the right one. And you can see my phone number there. Why don't you text me? I mean, you can try to call me, but I'm on the highway or with customers a lot. So if you text me and text in that code right there, Cajun Conservative, why do I want you to do that? Because I'm going to give Isaac's listeners and his viewers the bottom dollar price that I can get. There's going to be a little portion going back to help the Cajun Conservative movement, and we're going to keep this going and keep this rolling.
Yep.
And we're just going to at least personally reach out to me by email or text, and let me come build you a system virtually so you can see what it can do for you.
That's for the Louisiana people for sure. The Baton Rouge number is 225-324-3583. Phil, what if somebody's not outside, if they're outside the state of Louisiana? Because the Cajun Conservative, we go all over the country. We have listeners in Indiana.
So does email.
Hey.
So does
just
text message. Just go ahead and reach
send
out.
that email or send a text message.
I'll let you know if we're in your state. One of the second biggest states is Oklahoma right now. I do know we're a bunch of other states, but right now I'm working locally. And I can reach out and set you up with a good representative who will come out and give you a good deal. Or we do virtual sales where I set and build your system. You can see it on the screen, and we can do it that way by Zoom.
All right. Well, Phil, we want to appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on. Tell us a little bit about your employer and what you do. And everybody, go check out Phil Kennedy's Solar America Initiative. Remember, hit that promo code Cajun Conservative. You get a good deal and you help out the Cajun Conservative.
That's right.
Phil, until next time, be blessed, my brother.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, guys, we'll be right back after this short break. We'll be talking about the Democrats influencing Republican races. So we'll be right back after this short break.